where terrorists have carried out new attacks in Mozambique's Palma and Macomia districts of Cabo Delgado province. One person died and several hearts were burned on Saturday. Attacks by insurgents linked to the Islamic State have killed dozens of people. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees estimates that over 800,000 people have been internally displaced since the conflict began in 2017. Well, for more on the latest developments, I'm joined now from Maputo by Professor Adriano Nuvunga. He's the director of Mozambique Center for Democracy and Development. Prof, good afternoon, and thank you very much for your time. In your view, what's the significance of this latest round of attacks in the Palma and Macomia regions of Cabo Delgado province?
It is significant indeed, and it's unfortunate. After the initial excitement, after the intervention of the foreign deployments, namely from Samim and Rwanda, that are helping to stabilize militarily the region, we have seen significant improvements in terms of security, to the point that the international investment was considering returning at a very short period of time. But now with these recurrent attacks, particularly the beheading of people, which is a pattern that we haven't seen quite a long time. So to see this back, it means that the violent extremists, they are regrouping, they are regaining some sort of capacity, and they are posing significant threat, again, not only for civil populations, but also for the economic activities in the region.
Does it mean that the military effort by the likes of the SADC force, that is there, which South Africa is a part of, and the Rwandan troops on the ground, is a failure? And I understand the Ugandan troops might also be coming to Cabo Delgado.
No, I cannot say it's a failure. They have made significant improvements. You will recall that by the time of the intervention, towards the end of last year, the situation was militarily chaotic. And they took the intervention, the Rwandese that are in the area of Palma and Mocimboa da Praia, they recovered Mocimboa da Praia, for instance, also recovered significant towns, also Samim destroyed important bases of the violent extremists. There have been significant improvements. But what is obvious is that the capacity of Mozambique Defense Force to chip in and secure some of those areas, it is increasing. So it is not yet at the level where it has to be in order to secure that in a context where the capacity of the violent extremist organization has been significantly weakened. So it's an issue of increasing the capacity of the Mozambique Defense Force also to make sure that it is secure the terrains that have been fed by RDF and SAMIM.
Now, Prof. Nuvunga, what's the impact of this ongoing fighting, including the latest developments on that huge gas project, the Total Energies of France, that huge gas project of billions worth of dollars? Indeed.
That violent extremist organization, it is sitting in between the Mozambique people to benefit from that wealth and also from the region. Total has declared the force majeure, but has been sliding back and communicating to the government of Mozambique that they want stabilization of the region. I mean, normalization of the life. And Mozambique government has been pushing the IDPs to return and also restoration of bit of administrative and state services. So this wave of attacks, it goes against these improvements aimed at resumption of the LNG projects that are happening there. So it poses indeed a threat in sense of the timelines that have been set by the international oil companies in dialogue with government to be met. So in reality, it means sliding back the timelines that were agreed for the resumption of the LNG projects.
Okay, Prof. Nuvunga, as we conclude, one last question, and if you may be brief, please. Efforts of dialogue to try and resolve this long-standing conflict, how are those doing? Is the Frelimo government still interested in talking, or are they betting on just a military solution?
We have seen improvements in the language of dialogue from the government. And we are happy that SADC is also embracing the language, understanding that military solution is not enough. And the evidence in the ground, it is telling that militarily it will not be possible to solve violent extremists. But there's still resistance with some sectors of the government and of Frelimo understanding the vital importance of dialogue.
Thank you very much. Professor Adriano Nuvunga, he's the director of Mozambique Center for Democracy and Development, talking to us virtually from Maputo, the capital of Mozambique.